Hello everyone, and welcome to the new Dead by Daylight player test build. We have the new survivor Nicolas Cage. It looks like the charms he has are currently clipping through his jacket. I'm sure that'll be fixed at some point. But yeah, this is first ever impressions. Firstly, model looks great. Oh, he's got voice lines. Holy shit, I had no idea. That's cool. Oh, that's awesome. Let me just gonna pull up the perks here. Oh god, apparently there's a salesperson at my door. Alright, well, that's not good. So, we have 3 perks here. I don't have any points because this is from in the middle of the thing. Probably just took it from a time where I didn't have blood points. First up, dramaturgy. When people bring you onto their project, they do so because of the unexpected magic you bring to your performance. Dramaturgy activates when you are healthy. When running, press the active ability button 2 to run with knees high for 0.5 seconds and then gain the 25 haste. Ooh. Alright, that's good. Followed by, for 2 seconds, followed by an unknown effect. Become exposed for 12 seconds. Okay, that's not that bad. Gain 25% haste for 2 seconds. Alright, it's not bad. Scream, nothing happens. Gain a random rare item with random add-ons. And drop any held item. Same effect cannot happen twice in a row. That sounds pretty good. It's probably, I'm just gonna run that, I think. Scene partner. You lock in with your co-star, engaging and reacting to each other on a higher level. Scene partner activates when you are in the killer's terror radius. Whenever you look at the killer, scream, then see the killer's aura for 3 seconds. Chance you'll scream again. If you do, you will see the killer's aura for an additional 2 seconds. Scene partner then goes on cooldown for 60 seconds. Alright. I mean, interesting. I mean, if people want to play it with Object of Obsession builds, I can see it being interesting. Plot twist. Big moments are vital, but you know sometimes an understated read can be just as powerful. Plot twist activates when you are injured. Press the active ability 2 when crouched and motionless to enter the dying state silently. When using plot twist to enter the dying state, you leave no blood pools and you make no noise, and you can fully recover from the dying state. When you recover yourself using plot twist, you are instantly healed and gain 50% haste for 2 Wow. 50% haste for 2 seconds. This perk deactivates if you recover yourself by any means. Reactivates when the exit gates are powered. So, I guess this can be used, like, if you... I guess you could use that to end a chase early, and make it so that you can pick yourself up. I'm not sure. I think that's gonna be the new... That might be a new no-mither. That might not be anything right there. Alright. Yeah, so let's just, come in with, we're just gonna go in with the 1 perk so far after reading through all of them. And as soon as I can actually get points, we'll go through and try those out. Also, in this PTB, there's new character portraits. And I don't know how to feel about all of these. I like a lot of them. I think the interesting thing is that, you know, these have gotten updates, so fascinating. Felix looks a bit odd, but I kind of like them. I'm not sure how I feel about them in general, though, because they don't all really, like, fit the same vibe anymore. I don't know. It's a tad weird looking at these. I'll have to look at the killer side as well. But that's definitely an interesting interesting change, and I'll probably be fine with it. I wonder if in-game any UI elements have changed. Just unfortunately, it's going to take a bit longer to enter a match. It does also look like they changed up Quentin's face again. I don't know if that was addressed. Let me actually see. I think there might be a there is PTB patch notes. Okay, so let me read through these. Important. Progress and save information has been copied from live game from June 26, 2023. Okay, yeah. None of that progress that you make in this game will make it to live version. Yep. Bots. Disconnected survivors will be replaced with bots. Okay. UI. New character portraits, new visual for store flags, limited time items, and new items across all menus. Okay. Alright, I guess new visuals for store flags, limited time items, and new items across. I'll have to look at that. Yeah, added new character portraits, alright. New survivor, Nicolas Cage, we just read through all of that. Updated killer, the Onryo, ooh, Sadako. Projecting to a nearby TV now applies 3/4 of a stack of condemned to all survivors not carrying a tape. Oh. Time of TV is disabled has been reduced to 70 seconds. Okay, that's wild. Time TV is disabled after a survivor removes a cursed tape has been increased to 90 seconds. Uh-huh. That's fine. Projection now has a 15-second cooldown. There's no longer a range limit on the condemned effect. A limit is required for how frequently this can happen. Cursed tapes. Getting hit with a basic attack while carrying cursed tape will apply once to... Oh my gosh. They're making Sadako actually like a C tier. Holy crap. When a survivor carrying a cursed tape is hooked, all other survivors gain 1 stack of condemned and the tape is destroyed. Ooh. That's gonna be good. Holding a cursed tape no longer passively builds condemned. Alright. That's... I hope survivors don't just hold on to them the entire match then. I can see that being an issue. Cursed tapes can now be placed in any TV other than the one they were retrieved from. Alright, fair enough. Demanifestation. Onryo can no longer be stunned while demanifested. Thank you! Thank you for doing something with demanifested. Oh my gosh. Like, demanifested was essentially worthless, because it wasn't as useful as Wraith's stealth, and it just, oh my god, I'm so glad they did something with that. She essentially had no power for the longest time. Chases are prevented when demanifested, making it more difficult to keep track of the Onryo's position. Demanifesting now removes bloodlust. So, play with your food is now going to be meta for her. That's great. Hook grabs. Grabs from unhooking survivors have been removed. Huh. Alright. I mean, I guess that's alright. I don't know how... I'll have to see how that is in-game. Toolbox add-on updates. Brand new part, new functionality. During the installation, you'll be faced with a difficult skill check. Upon succeeding the skill check, the generator's required charges are reduced by 10. So, like, overall? Interesting. Oh, everyone's Nick Cage, but that's not surprising. We're in the proverbial fire now. Okay. Still gonna read through this. Killer perk updates. Coup de grace. Oh my gosh, they buffed coup de grace, maybe? Each time a generator is completed, coup de grace grows in power, gain 2 tokens. Yes, all they changed is they made it so that they get more tokens. You know what? That's fine. Coup de grace needed more. Claustrophobia. Every time a generator is completed, all windows and vault locations are blocked for all survivors. Oh my gosh, for the next 30 seconds. See the aura of vault locations. Oh my gosh, that's incredible. Hangman's trick has now been turned into Scourge Hook Hangman's trick. Okay, so now it's even worse. Gain a notification when someone starts sabotaging a hook when carrying a survivor. You see the aura of any survivor within 10 meters of a Scourge Hook. That's terrible! You've made it worse! Oh no! You made the worst perk in the game worse. Territorial Imperative. Holy shit, they're buffing Territorial Imperative? Unlocks potential in one's aura reading ability. Survivors' auras are revealed to you for 6 seconds when they enter the basement, and you are more than 24 meters away from the basement entrance. Can only be triggered every 45 seconds. Alright, so it's still not good. Great. Oh, there's some more, but we're in a game now, so let's see. I feel bad for the killer since we're all Nicolas Cage. Let's keep it quiet. Looks like they are playing Sadako. TVs are on. Yeah, that was close. I'm exhausted. Alright. Fascinating. Okay, hello, Sadako. Sloppy Butcher, interesting. Face the darkness, alright. Sloppy Butcher, face the darkness. Fascinating. Well, I was really hoping for something else there. Oh, yo. Oh, God. Yo, this girl knows her Sadako. Okay. How are two of... Okay. Oh, one of them auto-entered Dying State, right? Through Nicolas Cage's new perk. Right. Okay. Model looks pretty good when in this sort of awkward position. Doesn't fully line up with the hook, but that's an issue with, like, every single version of that. Wow. The ability... Okay. Oh, I can't even pick up a tape here. Like, this already feels so much more oppressive. Like, genuine. Oh, yeah, she saw. She already feels so much more oppressive to fight. Oh, that's so good. Because I'm like, oh my gosh, my condemned is super high. Holy crap. Need to find another, another survivor and also, like, another TV. Okay, so there's a TV there. Oh my gosh, those TVs are really close. I wonder if they changed TV spawns then, because TV spawns used to not even be that good either, but that wasn't really, like, addressed. Oh, bro, not worth, not worth. You should have just left. Damn it. I really tried there, bud. Oh, shit. Okay, that's bad. I thought she moved. Wow. Wow. Oh, I screamed, so... I guess that interrupts... Face the Darkness is to prevent people from recovering. Interesting. Oh, and that's probably why Sloppy Butcher as well. Wow, that's kind of evil. Alright. So let's continue going through... Okay, since we're going to die, I'm going to just get points for hitting these. Other than that... Alright, so other perks that have been updated. Remember Me. Each time your obsession loses a health state, gain a token. Each token increases the opening time of exit gates by a maximum of 24 additional seconds. Obsession is not affected by Remember Me. That seems about the same. Hex, Crowd Control. Entity blocks a window for 60 seconds after survivor performs a rushed vault through it. The Hex effect persists as long as the... Oh! That's a big buff. Trail of Torment. After kicking a generator, you become undetectable until the generator stops regressing. During this time, the generator's aura is revealed to survivors. Effect can only trigger once per minute. Survivor perks updates. Prove Thyself. Remove the blood point bonus. I hate you for that one. We're gonna live forever. Adjust the description. It works for all blinds. Okay. Blast Mine. Effects after 50% worth of progress on gens. Okay. Seems the same with Wiretap. Saboteur. See hook orders in a 56-meter radius from the pickup spot if the survivor is being carried. Scourge hooks are shown in yellow. Oh. Unlocks the ability to sabotage hooks without a toolbox. Takes 2.3 seconds. 60-second cooldown. Okay, so the cooldown has been reduced. That's good. They also tell you Scourge hooks now, which is kind of huge. Okay. Clairvoyance now activates with Blessing Totems. Okay, that's good. Breakout. Breakout. When 5 meters of a carried survivor, you gain the haste effect. And survivor's wiggle speed is increased by 25%. Alright. Buckle Up. When healing a survivor in the dying state, you can both see the killer's aura. When completing healing a survivor from the dying state to injured, both you and the healed survivor gain endurance for 10 seconds. Alright, that's actually really good. Like, it's niche still, but, like, it's going to be something. Buckle Up. We already did. Smash It. After stunning the killer with a pallet, break into a sprint at 150% your normal running speed for 4 seconds. Causes exhausted status effect for 20 seconds. Alright, that's... They fixed it. It's a bit better. Spine Chill. Get notified when the killer within a 36-meter range. Get notified when the killer within a 36-meter range. That's how it's said. If the killer is within range and is looking at you with a clear line of sight, you gain speed when repairing, sabotaging, healing, unhooking, cleansing, blessing, opening, exit gates, and unlocking. Increased up to 6%. The effects of Spine Chill linger for 0.5 seconds after the killer looks away or is out of range. Killer Tweaks. The Executioner. If he comes within 10 meters of a cage, he will disappear and reappear elsewhere on the map. That I saw in-game yesterday, which is pretty interesting. So I don't know if that accidentally made it into a live build, but I did see that yesterday. The Spirit, Mother-Daughter Ring, movement speed bonus has been reduced to 25% from 40. Okay, so nerfing her best add-on. That makes sense. Dried Cherry Blossom. Killer Instinct range of Dried Cherry Blossom has been reduced to 3 meters. Was 4 meters? Whatever. Yamaoka Amulet. Oh, Yakuyoka Amulet, not Yamaoka. Shiawa's Amulet and Kayun Talisman add-ons no longer cause Yamaoka's hunting to recharge faster. I swear I'm not intentionally fucking it up. It's literally I woke up like 20 minutes ago when the stream started. Um, Origami Crane increases the recovery rate of haunting by 20%. Rusty Flute now increases the recovery rate of haunting by 40%, was 25. Hag Waterlogged Shoe movement speed boost has been increased to 7.5%, was 4.5%. Alright, that's going to be an interesting playstyle for her at least. Mint Rag teleport cooldown has been reduced to 10 seconds. Alright. Half Eggshell and Cracked Turtle Egg. Increased Phantasm Trap duration by 45% and 55%. Alright. Level Design, rebalance on Fractured Cowshed and Rancid Abattoir. Alright. So, let's see. Bug fixes. I'm just gonna go and look at the killer portraits real quick because it doesn't look like we're gonna get into games very quick. That is a new Demogorgon picture. Like, that's new. They're coming back. I'm sorry, they're coming back. Like, that's just a guarantee right there. I like these already. Oh my god. These have so much character in them. I do kind of miss Freddy looking down, because now you can see his effed up eyes, and it's weird. Oh, these look way better. The Dredge is the same, though. Which is, I mean, some of these are the same, which, I mean, it makes sense. Other ones have been updated. I'm surprised the Trickster hasn't been. I'm guessing some of the ones that haven't been updated are just, like, holdovers, and they're working on those. I really like these, actually. I think Sadako desperately needs a new one. Trickster looks out of place here, honestly, now. But overall, I like the look of all of these. I really like the ghost face and Demogorgon look. It's actually kind of cool. I think this look is really funny, though. Yeah. Okay. So let's see these Bugfestes. Oh, hey, Giuseppe. I'm just looking through patch notes for the PTB and trying to play some more matches with Nicolas Cage. Unfortunately, it's kind of difficult to get into lobbies because everyone wants to play as Survivor. So yeah, it's gonna take a little bit. Bug fixes. Fixed an issue where blockers would prevent players from navigating in the Mother's Dwelling map. Good, I'm glad they fixed that. Fixed an issue in Raccoon City Police Station where zombies would get stuck. That's every map in the game. Literally every map in the game, zombies get stuck. It's pretty cool. Nicolas Cage in anything is just funny for some reason. It's because he's a massive actor, but also doesn't really take himself seriously and kind of just has fun with it. So, like, Nicolas Cage is, like, in the same vein as, like, Jack Black, but Nicolas Cage is more horror-oriented, I'd say. Like, you can see Jack Black and Nicolas Cage anywhere, and it just makes sense. It's like, that's Nick Cage in this environment just makes sense to me. Fixed an issue where a survivor would clip through the doors of a locker in Torment Creek. Alright, that's Fixed an issue in the Fractured Cowshed where the clown's gas clipped through the walls. Alright, it's fine. I mean, hell, Nick Cage did an entire movie without saying a word and he was still funny. Yeah. The man is a talented actor. He's just been in a lot of bad movies. But even then, in bad movies, he's still good. Fixed collision issues in Fractured Cowshed, Torment Creek. Fixed an issue where the wrong error message showed. Okay. Fixed an issue that caused loadouts sometimes equipped in trials when all management are set to none in custom game. Tentatively fixed an issue some players aren't able to unlock adept achievements when meeting the requirements. Okay, that's bad. I'm glad that that did not affect me. Characters. Fixed an issue that caused many killers to not follow the rule of looking down after successfully hitting a survivor and damaging a generator. Alright, and kind of sucks, but alright. Fixed an issue that caused the ghost face to fail to play the attack animation and instead play the standing up animation when performing a basic attack while crouched. Alright. Fixed an issue that caused the clown's afterpiece bottle in his left hand become invisible during the reload animation. Fair enough. Fixed an issue that caused VHS tape model to remain in survivors' hands even after they insert it into a TV. Okay. As the Wraith, the lingering undetectable status effect icon is correctly displayed when uncloaking with the Ghost Soot add-on equipped. Knight has a more robust strategy to prevent becoming stuck in orb patrol on top of obstacles. Survivors no longer get stuck with a lament configuration when they get down while picking it up. HUD no longer can disappear after triggering the shaped standing Mori. Demogorgon Shred is no longer cancelled when pressing the escape key. Oh, I did notice that problem before. It's weird seeing Demogorgon said in patch notes. That seems like something that they would avoid doing. Hold on, let me actually tab into this, that way, you can actually hear any voice lines that come up. Throwing an after-piece antidote close to an obstacle, emanation? I have not seen that word before. Will no longer incorrectly become an after-piece tonic. Okay. The charge bar is now correctly visibly depletes on items dropped by Franklin's demise until the player leaves and returns to the dropped item. Okay. Skill checks which hit the edge of the success zone during Merciless Storm are no longer handled as fails. Thank you. Oh my god. That's probably what's been my issue with Merciless Storm this whole time. Oh my gosh. That's probably been the exact issue that I've been having with Merciless Storm. Got done playing a horror-adjacent game myself. Unfortunately, I'm bad, so I died quickly. I mean, that happens to me a lot in this game, too, and I have hundreds of hours in it. It's just... stuff happens. That's just how games are. Survivors can no longer see red stain or hear terror radius when Demogorgon uses a portal. There's talk about Demogorgon a lot, and they're making new portraits, like, I think Stranger Things coming back. I mean, I'm sorry, Stranger Things is coming back. Oh my god, they all shrugged at the same time. Nice toolbox, friend. Fantastic. My god, they're moving in sync. To be fair, the game I was playing is designed to be very difficult. Understandable. Deathslinger's projectile is no longer cancelled when a survivor performs a rushed action. Oh my gosh, that sounds like it would have been awful. Adept achievements are now correctly unlocked in all cases when meeting the requirements. Medkit bonus progression on great skill check now have the correct values. Wesker performs a virulent bound on a fully infected survivor, vaulting a pallet. Survivor will no longer incorrectly be grabbed and slammed. No, but that was like... damn it. Hex Face the Darkness no longer incorrectly affects survivors on hooks. Alright, that's good. Hindered status effect from the waterlogged shoe hag add-on no longer persists indefinitely when two survivors trigger the phantasm trap and remain inside the radius. Cannibal no longer takes too long to reach maximum max speed when using the carburetor tuning guide. Okay, so they finally fixed the iridescent add-on. Oh my gosh. Nurse can no longer start holding the killer power button when a blink is not currently charged to be able to blink once it's charged. Shape is no longer returned to level 1 of evil within if someone disconnects during the Oh, that was a bug? That sounds delightful. Legion of Cage. Alright, bud. Alright. Dramaturgy. Exhausted, but we get a haste boost. Alright, fair enough. I'm doing it early just so I can potentially get an item, because that's one of the bonuses that you can get from it. Legion of Cage. I mean, Nicolas Cage could be part of the Legion. There's 4 of them in this lobby now. I think that's a Demogorgon. That sounded like the Demogorgon shred sound. It's a Demogorgon. Yeah, it is. Damn. Yep, that's Demogorgon for sure. Oh, yep, there they are. I'm going after the Survivor. Imagine if Nick Cage was in Stranger Things. I'm surprised he isn't. It seems like something he could very easily be in. Oh, there's a... Maybe they'll put him in the last season, but I doubt it, because they already have a lot of characters. He could be a villain in it. They could 100% do that. I think, my entire thing is I'm pretty sure, yeah, they're using claustrophobia. Because that is a Demogorgon perk, after all. I'm gonna have to inspect 2 things after this. I'm gonna look and see if perks are now listed underneath Demogorgon and Steve and Nancy. Because if they now belong to the killers there, that would be a huge sign. I'm also gonna look and see if they exist in the store anymore. By, like, you know, just seeing if they have cosmetics. I feel like that's something. Check. My opinion has been they're probably going to end up putting Stranger Things back into the game when the new season comes out, which is going to take a bit longer than previously thought. Oh, I'm exposed. Alright. That's not ideal. Yeah, especially since we've actually gotten leaks relating to Vecna being in the game, a new map in the Hawkins, like, laboratory, like, and, like, new hook animations, for Stranger Things. It's really weird to me, because, and, I mean, the thing is, all of that was revealed just over a year ago now, which means that it's probably getting into the part of development where, like, they're actually going to be not close to finishing, but, like, according to devs before, it takes about 2 full years for a killer to get made. So stuff like the new map. Maps apparently take around 6 months to a year, so map was very early in development in the previous leak, so it's very clear that... Bro? Okay. It's pretty clear that, like, they, that one just started the development prior. Is there a bug with not being able to pick them up? Okay, nope, there is not a bug. Alright, I was worried. So that one map is slowly getting to a point where it's probably close to being done now. But Vecna himself as a killer is probably not that close. Wonder if they're going to hold off until the new season comes out. Yeah, probably. That's probably part of their deal with it. With how Netflix is, it 100% makes sense. There's a portal right here. Yo, let me heal you. Alright, fine. If you insist. Yeah, I think they're probably going to hold off on it. I'm surprised that they didn't release Vecna back when that was like a whole season, but I guess they just didn't. They weren't told to do that just yet. I think the biggest thing that kind of proves that Stranger Things is going to be back, beyond the leaks, beyond the changes, beyond anything else, the fact that they used Steve and Nancy as bots in their live streams, probably to avoid spoilers. Yeah, that makes sense. But they used Steve and Nancy as bots in their recent like gameplay updates, like in their anniversary celebration, which if they didn't have the license for anymore, they probably shouldn't do that. So being able to use Steve and Nancy is probably most likely just like a little hint that they're coming back. It's been so long since I've faced a demo. It's nice that I can see them every once in a while. Okay, that's a Demogorgon. Okay, and I'm dead. Hey, I don't think any other survivor like actually talks in game. That's pretty cool. Okay, let's see. Can I get off the hook? No, I cannot. Well, it was worth trying. And there's Demogorgon over there getting out of that portal. I remember there were going to be Iron Maiden, Eddie the Head Skins per game. which won't get me to buy the game because it's not my type of game. Probably watch some videos with them because I think they're cool. Yeah, Iron Maiden and I forget the other one. I think it's Slipknot. They announced that they're going to have cosmetic crossover, which is pretty cool. So let me now check. Let's see. So, with all the characters in the game, if you go to their blood web, you see this part that says shareable perks. So, if I go to Steve or Nancy, either or, nope, they do not have the shareable perks listed. Interesting. Alright. Let me see on killer side. Let's just make sure. Yep. Not listed. Not listed. What I can check, though... Okay, no. Jolt doesn't appear. But what... Actually, that's a good test. I wonder if searching Surge instead of Jolt will get us any... Does not come up with any results. Interesting. Store, no customization items available. Alright. Figured I would check. Man, it would be great if... apparently, the Behavior's gone on record. Apparently the worst license that they have ever worked with, including the one that has literally taken away the rights from them, has been Nightmare on Elm Street. Because apparently getting any change done takes forever, which is why Freddy just, like, is one of the worst killers in the game, and why him and Quentin have no cosmetics. Album called Killers, which I guess Eddie will take his appearance from. Apparently, any of the ones that have Eddie, like, referenced, apparently they're all going to be from different, like, albums and stuff, different art, which is pretty cool. I think, they specifically mentioned a lot of them are going to go on Legion, which makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, oh yeah, there's going to be multiple. It's a collection. And also, I forget her name. One of the famous, like, female character designers, and stuff is doing a bunch of cosmetics for the game, too. I know she worked on Ghostwire Tokyo. I think she also worked on maybe Nier Automata. And she's making a bunch of cosmetics, too. Let me check. Let me just check DBD leaks, because usually that tells more. It doesn't look like, Alright, looking at this, it doesn't seem like any big leaks have come out of, this update yet. A list of potential IPs from the player satisfaction survey. Okay, let's... they'll probably do Killer's Eddie, though, since one most iconic appearances. Complete missed opportunity for not being a skin. Yeah, probably. So, there are a bunch of potential IPs listed here. Let me just go through... Oh my gosh. No way. Okay. The first result. Which anime manga franchises would you be most interested in seeing in Dead by Daylight? First two results are Another and Berserk. Holy shit. Chainsaw Man, I can see that easily fitting. Cowboy Bebop, Death Note, Demon Slayer, Devilman Crybaby, Dororo, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, Ghost in the Shell, Hell's Paradise, Hellsing Ultimate, Hunter x Hunter, JoJo, Jujutsu Kaisen, Junji Ito, Monster Overlord, Parasite, Psychopath, Tokyo Ghoul, Chic. There's so much here. Holy shit. Alright, I mean, damn. The fact that that's all being considered. Which video game franchises would you be most interested in seeing? Alan Wake, Alone in the Dark, Bioshock, Bloodborne, Castlevania, Conjuring, Control, Dark Souls, Dead Space, Death Stranding, Diablo, Doom, Dungeons & Dragons, Elden Ring, Evil Within, Fatal Frame, Final Fantasy, Five Nights at Freddy's, Ghostwire Tokyo, Lair of Fears, Little Nightmares, Magic the Gathering, Metal Gear Solid, Mortal Kombat, Nier Automata, Outlast, Portal, Returnal, Siren, System Shock, Tomb Raider, Until Dawn, and Warhammer 40k. Yeah, fucking JoJo would be funny, but Until Dawn is like a perfect thing. The Ormond map always makes me think of, Ormond always makes me think of Until Dawn, but like, oh, there's so many good options here. Like, of course, Five Nights at Freddy's, like, easily the best one. I had never thought about Portal, but they could do a lot of interesting stuff there, especially now that they're going into sci-fi. Love how some modern games just go hard with crossovers. Yeah, for sure. Oh, the idea of getting, like, the idea of getting Parasite as, like, a crossover, the idea of getting frickin', like, the idea of getting another and Death Note, that's, oh, like, I love JoJo. I don't know how you'd implement JoJo. Like, man, Metal Gear Snake just sneaking around would be kind of cool. I mean, they could get a lot of different perks out of Snake, potentially. Which of the following comic franchise would you most be interested in seeing? Basket Full of Heads, Gideon Falls, Hellblazer, Hellboy, Spawn, The Wake. I feel like Spawn is the one that most people are into there. Which of the following films and TV franchises would you be most interested in seeing? Alien, American Horror Story, Blade, Buffy the Vampire, Cabinet of Curiosities, Candyman, Charmed, Conjuring, Friday the 13th, Ghostbusters, Hannibal, Haunting of Hill House, Insidious, It, John Wick, Jurassic Park, Megan, Pan's Labyrinth, Predator, Sabrina, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, Terminator, Addams Family, The Mummy, Purge, Sandman, The Shining, The Thing, Trick or Treat, Vampire Diaries, and Wednesday. Oh my. Dio could be a killer. He's got a lot of vampire powers and stuff. I feel if they do anyone, it has to be, like, if they do, like, one of the more popular ones instead of going into, like, the niche territory, if they do someone like Dio, it has to be, like, part 1 vampire Dio, I'd say. I think maybe call out, like, The Stand as, like, maybe, like, the Mori. There's a fighting game called JoJo Heritage for the Future, which has, it's called Shadow Dio, which is, like, Dio before fully awakening his stand, and it has it so that, the world is sort of, like, in darkness, and, like, can only be called out, like, for specific moves instead of being permanently summoned. I feel like that is how they would go about that. I feel like they could also possibly do, like, the Pillarmen. I think Cars could probably work. Oh, there's Demogorgon. Looks like... Alright. That not mind game worked. I was just running into a wall and he thought I was mind gaming. Stands would be too ridiculous mechanics-wise. I mean, I guess Knight kind of operates like that already, now that I think about that. So, like, I guess you could have a stand, like, doing things. but I feel like it would be a bit too flashy. I think you need, like... I think it needs to be not toned down, but tonally fitting. So characters like Cars in Part 1 Dio make the most sense. Especially with the mask. I think... they were talking about doing a lot more with zombies and a lot more of stuff like that. I mean, Dio did make zombies, so... I feel like that could work with the mask. Maybe it could be like the pig, where after you down a survivor, you can put the reverse bear trap on their head. They could probably just make it so that you put the mask on them and it spawns a zombie somewhere on the map. That would be pretty cool. Okay, this is bad. For Dio, you can have his Part 3 appearance as a skin. Yeah, and his Part 6 appearance. I would love to see... because Part 6, Dio, I think, has, like, the best overall design. It basically takes the best of Part 1 and Part 3. Yeah, for sure. I wonder if they would be able to do, like, a Diego Brando skin. I mean, Diego, you do have, like... with Diego, you do have alt universe Diego, which does have the world, so I guess it would still work. What are like horror-based stands that could probably work? Haven't seen part yet. Halfway through part 3 when it comes. I see. Well, sorry for potential spoilers, but Dio. In part 6, it is all flashbacks to the time of part 3, so you don't have to worry about that. It's flashback stuff. And Diego Brando is an alternate universe version of Dio in part 7. It's not a kid of Dio. But I do recommend watching through JoJo's More About the Journey. Yeah, that's basically like most of part 3. It is about the journey. Yeah, I'd really recommend watching through it. It's one of my favorite anime of all time. It's definitely top 3 for me. And I'd say it genuinely just continuously gets better and better. I feel like most people would agree. Part 3 has some of the best vibes in the series, for sure, though. But, plenty just don't watch too often. Yeah, I understand that. Man, I have not gotten the item effect from this yet, which is a shame. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff to see, beyond Part 3 in JoJo. I highly recommend it. I mean, on this list, the things that interest me the most, on seeing how they get done, the idea of doing like an anime crossover on its own is like super cool. But the fact that Another was the first one on that list, my brain instantly just, like, lit up, because, Another is, like, wild. I really like Dio's Part 3 design, because, his outfit is a bunch of references to Dio's albums. Yeah, the design of the world is quite literally a reference to Holy Diver. I mean, Holy Diver, it's also referenced in the fact that Dio was, Dio's name is, of course, Dio, meaning God, and, the fact he was trapped underwater in a coffin, Holy Diver, and his stand, the world, is designed after scuba gear, Holy Diver. I didn't know that all of his outfit was design reference, though. That's pretty cool. The entire reason he went to Egypt was based on a Dio song. That, you know, I wouldn't doubt it. That tracks. I mean, it's how a lot of these things in JoJo end up going. There's a part in part 7, which is a reference to. Oh shoot! What's I need to look up the name again. I forget. Oh yeah. There is a character in part 7 called Blackmore, in a reference to Richie Blackmore, and Stand Catch the Rainbow, and the entire arc where they are a villain is a reference to that, like, the album and the song specifically of Catch the Rainbow. Like, the entire thing. People have said that it's basically, like, one of the most incredible and faithful interpretations that they've ever done in JoJo, which is really cool. Man was a huge Dio fan, and I can relate. Yeah, I mean, the Araki is a massive nerd. He based part 3 on westerns and stuff. Like, that's where the idea for Jotaro basically came from. And why can I not remember the man's name? He met with one of the actors in one of those, like, in a whole bunch of movies that he grew up on, and had him sign a whole bunch of JoJo art, which was really cool. Oh man, I am so... The fact... I would love to see what they could do with a Death Note crossover, but I really want the Another crossover. Another is one of those things for me where it's just like... It's just genuinely... Like, that was huge for me back in the day. Let's see. Trying to remember. Oh yeah, we're supposed to get an iconic license in August, and it has not been... The fact that it hasn't been unveiled yet is interesting. The fact that we're getting a new killer and a new survivor next month, and we've heard nothing, is really huge. Next 2 killers after Singularity will be licensed. It's also supposed to be an in-game event in August, which is most likely going to be the thing. There was like a weird summer barbecue event on like their first year that hasn't happened in a long time. Yeah, it is Slipknot and Iron Maiden. All right. I can't find the part where they talked about, oh, Ikumi Nakamura. Yeah, she's making skins for the game. Hearts on Dio's outfits represent Sacred Heart album. Oh, That's cool. Oh, okay. So there's actually a bit of information here on Stranger Things potentially returning. Apparently, in an interview, direct quote is the game director saying, "Have you tried to reach out to Netflix?" to the interviewer, and the interview saying yes, and the game director saying, "Yeah, me too." Um, I feel, but that is very open to like whether or not they actually come back. Like, it could very easily just be like a lead-in to be uh, them supposedly not coming back. Meanwhile, they have like it's saying they've reached out, but it's non-committal towards the answer. Oh, the idea of putting JoJo into this game is so crazy. Music fan and watching JoJo is fine because you get to like know. I know that reference. Yeah, I completely understand that. Like since I because of my dad, I know a few bands that started out in the place I'm from. Uh, when Cinderella showed up, I was like, "Oh, that's freaking awesome!" Because that's a reference to the band Cinderella, which my dad used to hang out with those guys back in the day when they were all teens. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, Cinderella is a pretty good band. Um, Another Onryo. Okay, thank you for the help. Okay, I'm gonna run away from that. And heal you up. They're going to need to tone down a bit of the voice lines and grunting. this has happened several times where they've had to do that. I think when they first got Pinhead's voices back, it was literally every 10 seconds, like, where he'd say something, so I'm pretty sure they're gonna have to tone down a lot of the grunting here. And the reason that I'm pretty sure that's happening is because it's probably all in the one take, and recently they accidentally messed something up where they made all of those, like, grunt and scream files last for their entire actual duration. So if you hook, like, Leon Kennedy from Resident Evil, his scream lasts about 20 full seconds. So, yeah, that's probably going to get fixed and patched relatively quickly. I wonder how Iron Will is going to play in on Nick Cage, and whether or not it'll actually, like, silence the voice lines. I'm gonna have to check that. I can equip that next match, I guess. Oh my god, players are already developing really good strategies for Sadako here. I can tell, right now, like, they're doing essentially what people who play Dredge do, which is, they intentionally, like, use their teleportation as much as possible, specifically, for, what's it called? Specifically to build up Nightfall faster, and they're doing that with Condemned here. That's pretty cool. Oh, and that one Nick is Condemned. Like the Game Boy Color visual representation, it's neat. I'm not sure specifically what you're referencing at the moment, sorry. Oh, you're after... Oh, right, sorry. Yeah, the entire... the basis for me making a streaming channel was the quote-unquote GameGirlBeth. That's basically I was going to try to play through, like, pretty much every original Game Boy game, and I have another layout specifically for playing Game Boy games. But playing games like this is... At the same time I started the Twitch stream, I had some health complications, which made it hard to play a lot of games, so I ended up playing just a few things like Dead by Daylight. So basically, it's made it so that overall, I've primarily just been doing games like Dead by Daylight instead of just, like, Game Boy games and stuff like I had originally intended on doing. Which is fine, I'll still do Game Boy stuff. It's just a lot more effort. Okay, that's not great. There's no pallet here. Yeah, whatever works, works, yeah. And honestly, a lot of Dead by Daylight stuff has happened ever since the channel launched as well, so, like, it's one of those things that just ends up happening, where I wanted to play Dead by Daylight, and then, like, Skull Merchant released, Singularity released, and then the event happened, and now Nicolas Cage is here. Oh, I didn't realize that you were the condemned person. I'm so sorry. That person is now dead. Yeah. My bad. I didn't know that, did not know. Oh, I just realized I got a freaking item. Hold on, wait, let me just... Can you move for a sec? I need to put my tape away. Now I'll use a medkit on you. The add-ons for this medkit instantly vanished, alright. That's a bug. Need to find a gen to work on. Dead by Daylight saw those shitpost mod videos and said, let's do that. Overall, yeah, they kind of have done that. I feel like overall Fortnite does that a lot more with all of the different inclusions there. But, like, Dead by Daylight definitely has a lot of that as well. I'm pretty sure some of the people working at Behavior Now were previously mod devs who did like showcases of like what it would look like if like Springtrap or Pennywise were in the game. So they proved their abilities in making all of the mods, and now they got hired by Behavior to work on potentially those mods for real. Fortnite probably does that more because it's a much more flexible on the franchise as it can get to do due to its rating. Yeah. It's also... The thing with Dead by Daylight specifically is, they've mentioned they do intentionally tone down a bit of stuff, specifically because they want to keep it at its, like, completely okay rating. Like, since it is primarily it is a PC game, like, of course, console releases do exist for it. But in the times of, like, digital games and stuff, ratings matter less and less because... Well, this is bad. I think the game is crashing. Alright. Yep. Cool when companies look at mod creators and be like, nice mod you got there, you want to work here? Yeah, that's basically what Minecraft does as well. I guess lost connection, that's fine. Dedicated server is not responding, disconnecting. It's probably overloaded. Yeah, match server unavailable, everyone disconnected. Oh well. Crap, what was I saying? Oh yeah, ratings board, yeah, too much cage. They do intentionally turn it down, that way they can still have stuff, like, available. Like, the Spirit, specifically, they've mentioned in the past that, let me just pull her up, the Spirit's basic cosmetic, they added the bandages to her design solely because they wanted to keep the rating, like, down, which has always been a funny statement to me, because, hold on, where is she? The hag does exist. It's like, they were like, oh, they didn't want to, like, show, like, nipples or anything. They have that on the hag already. Like, it's already there. Like, I'm sorry, but you're not, you're not actually, like... You're not avoiding something if you already have it in the game. And besides, like, we've heard, like, we've seen before with, like, stuff like GTA, how just having stuff in the files of your game can be an issue for ratings. And, like, pretty much every character in this game, because they use a basic Unreal, I think it's Unreal, model, pretty much every character in this game has a quote-unquote nude model just because that is how they are developed. They were developed model out. ESRB are fucking weird and sometimes, and it's okay in specific circumstances, and other times it's not. Yeah. Yeah. It is. It's entirely weird. It's like, I mean, you have a character here who quite literally wields the spine and skull of a man as a weapon, but just showing boobs, that's too much. Like, that's too much. And, you know, let's just ignore the fact that, hold on, let's just pull up the fact that, play as Survivor. If you go over here to Rebecca Chambers, you can quite literally get the fan service cowgirl outfit from, I believe it's Resident Evil 0? I forget. But, like, you can get outfits like this, and it's just, like... And also, just, every single one of Michaela's outfits... Oh, you know what? Actually, let's bring back Spirit for this one, because it just reminded me, because bad camera angles. Like, Michaela has an issue with, like, every skirt, that skirt physics don't work properly when, they get downed, so you always see up, the skirt. But that's the thing with Spirit. Spirit has had a bugged opening camera for, like, several years, where instead of focusing on her face and, like, rotating around like every other killer, it rotates specifically around her butt. Which is, like... Alright. Glad that that's a thing. Like, it's... Ratings board is so frickin' weird. It's like... Yeah, hold on. Let me quickly just play a game as quite literally a desiccated corpse. But, you know... Can't play with just boob. It's all weird. It's all weird. And of course you have Pinhead, who's just straight up here. Like... I hope at one point they put the girl Pinhead into the game. That would be cool. Seems like it's on purpose at this point. I mean, it might be. You know what? Maybe let me try out Sadako. It's been a while since I've played as her. I'll bring just like a Mori or something. Yeah, sure. I kind of just want to play with like basic design though. Like I do like her alt outfit, but I feel like the regular design is a bit more iconic. The whole lobby of Nick Cage's. I think it's because like the ESRB is a whole bunch of different people, so like it's never going to be consistent. Let me just go for, what's it called? Play with your food, Thana. Let's go for coup de grace, why not? And, it would be nice to have more info perks. I guess I'll just go for, like, lethal. Oh shoot, I didn't bring any add-ons, that's bad. Oh well. I mean, PTB is just for fun anyway. Ratings barely matter at this point since Steam exists and most of the shit is not rated on there. Yeah, that's the thing, is, the only reason that games still care about ratings is because of physical media still existing. Because, in the aftermath of the game Night Trap for the Sega CD existing, uh, the ESRB was announced, and like every video game company essentially said, yeah, we will not allow X-rated games on our platform. Which, and with how pretty much every console is turning to solely digital, slowly over time, that's just going to vanish. Like, the video games rating board is essentially going to go away. Like, it basically already has with Steam, because the one thing that, like, the one thing that Steam does if something is a higher rating, they just say, hey, were you born before this day? And you can just say yes. Let's see. Oh, you got exposed. Damn. That's unfortunate. Don't think physical media will ever truly go away, but damn, are they trying? Yeah. It's unfortunate, but they're doing their damn best with that, I swear. It's a shame. I much prefer getting physical games. If everything's all digital, why wouldn't you just have a PC? Yeah, it's basically like, if you aren't buying physical, just own a Switch and a PC. There's literally no reason otherwise. Because then you just have portability, which, like, portability is always nice, of course, and, all that. Or just buy a Steam Deck. Yeah, if they're in stock. But Steam Deck is still a lot less portable than a Switch and more expensive. But yeah, there's a lot. There are a lot more options handheld-wise than just Nintendo nowadays, which is pretty nice. It's a shame that Sony just gave up on the Vita as soon as it released and didn't sell a bajillion things. Just realized I accidentally used coup de grace. Oh well. Yep. That coup de grace buff is phenomenal. Basically just play every game on a planet on one of those things. Yeah. We're also getting, a new Switch relatively soon, which in, like, the I think, like, quarter 2 of, I believe they said, like, quarter 2 of, what's it called, 2024. from leaks, of course, but yeah. But I do not have many televisions left. Like, them moving tapes has actually, like, seriously made it more difficult. Oh, someone's around here. I wonder if it'll be like a new 3DS situation where you can play most games on the old one, but there are new Switch exclusive ones. That's basically what I've heard is probably going to end up being the case. For like, because you don't want to like destroy your own market, essentially. Like, that was a big issue for a lot of things back in the day. It's like, a lot of games, you want to target the lowest option, that way you have the biggest install base. Shoot, there. Wasted a coup. But, yeah, for max, they'll probably go for compatibility over most things. The heck? Damn it. Barely did anything with new 3DS, mostly ports. Yeah, they ported Xenoblade 3D and Minecraft is the main ones. Damn, coup de grace is good. Unfortunately, I'm in a position where it's not as great, and I have no idea where his scratch marks ended up going. That sucks. If I remember, the Minecraft port was not great. I've never personally played it. I'm imagining it's probably fine. It's just, once again, it's probably limited in a lot of ways. I mean, like, I've played the Vita port since I did own a Vita. Shit. Oh, right, I can't be stunned. It's probably just okay. It probably wasn't ever as good as, like, the alternatives. Hello? I can't pick you up. Awesome. Let's see, can I pick you up now? Hey, can you move? I'd love to be able to, like, play the game. Would have been better better off buying Pocket Edition. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. It's just, it's probably one of those things that was released solely because, you know, like, it was an option. Like, it, just so that people, like, had the ability to, like, play it if they didn't have a phone, like, because that was still back in the time where having phones was, like, still a bigger thing than it is now, where it's just, like, incredibly common. Can you get out of the corner already? I literally can't pick you up. Alright. Great, that guy got picked up off the ground because I literally couldn't pick them up. Oh my gosh, it hit the wrong person. I love... the auto-aim in this game just completely screwed me over. I'll eat those coup stacks, sure. Can't try the port myself since I only have the original 2DS, which, I mean, it works fine enough. I mean, the original 2DS is the most comfortable, like, version of the DS to ever be released. Oh, this guy is... he's still here. And he's stuck in a wall. The original 2DS, like, feels great. Okay. Oh, that's a bot. Okay. Someone left. I need the other person to, like, leave, please, because I literally can't do anything. Please, bro. Please move. Please. I'm begging you, bro. His meter isn't even going down. Oh my god, okay. I'm going to have to use my own exploit. If he won't let me pick him up and his slug meter isn't going down, I'm going to see if I can build his condemned while he is downed to a point where I can kill him. It's literally the one thing I'm able to do. Do you agree it's pretty comfortable? I imagine playing some games like Kid Icarus on an original 3DS would be genuinely painful. Yeah. Yeah. Not wrong. Please get out of the fucking wall. Oh, please tell me I can inflict condemned on a down survivor. Okay, their timer is slowly but surely going down. But, like... oh my god. I'm glad people found an exploit on the first killer game I played today. Oh, that'll help. Oh my gosh, you came out of the wall, you dickhead. genuinely convinced Kid Icarus controls were not designed for a human. Yeah. I mean, they did the best they could without having a second control stick, but there's not much you can do with that. It's why people are kind of hoping that Kid Icarus Uprising gets some sort of port or re-release elsewhere. Sorry, I was glitched. Thank you for eventually leaving an exploit spot. Thanks. And you are getting blocked. Couldn't move, man. No, you couldn't, huh? Yeah, explain why you didn't have any crows. There's literally a thing that can tell me, like, that you were still moving, is the thing about it. And then you moved yourself later. Bro, come on now. Don't lie. You found an exploit and you tried to use it. Controls work fine on the 2DS because it's small enough you can hold it with one hand, but I feel the original would be too heavy. Yeah, the original 3DS is made out of... It's solid. It's weird. Like... Hold on, do I have mine nearby? Yeah, I do. Yeah, it's weird because I have both my original 3DS and a 2DS here. The original is hefty. Like... It has a lot of, It has a lot of weight to it, just because of the materials being used. It's a very expensive handheld to manufacture. It is not comfortable to hold in one hand. Meanwhile, 2DS here, it actually feels fine to hold one-handed. Because you have a full grip on, like, the whole device still. Meanwhile, you're only holding a very specific portion of the 3DS. Game originally came out with a stand, but good luck finding that. Also not very portable, is it? Yeah, it is not, the... Having a stand would not make it very portable. Unfortunately. Okay. I'm just gonna try out the last of Nick's perks here, and then I'll, Great game, terrible design oversights. Yeah. I mean, it's astonishing that Kid Icarus Uprising even exists, given that the only reason that it actually exists is because of, you know, Pit being added to Brawl, and Sakurai being like, man, we should do something with this, and then he did. I think the game was also slightly rushed, that way they could get Sakurai to develop Smash 4. So everything in that generation was a bit of a rush for Nintendo. Even their biggest names, like Pokemon. Like, you can tell damn well X and Y were rushed solely so that, the 3DS would have a fighting chance of existence. Let him cook and he delivered. Yeah. Yeah. mean, and hell, X and Y still look and run better than the Switch games. I don't fully agree. Like, Let's Go definitely looks and runs a lot better in my opinion, but I understand that one's not to everyone's taste. X and Y, the biggest issue with it is like I can get over like technical hiccups and complications, like stuff like Scarlet and Violet. That doesn't bother me since, you know, back in the day I had Let's Go looks good. I just forgot it existed for a minute. Oh, I completely understand that. It is a forgettable game. But like, I can get over a lot of technical hiccups just because when I was younger, I had an old crappy netbook, and like I was playing like a whole bunch of like ROMs on that, as well as like I was playing Minecraft on an Intel Atom 1-core CPU that was probably running at less than 1 gigahertz. Like, my brain, like, if the game has at least 20 frames in single player, I'm fine. Like, the only big issue with, like, frame rate and stuff for me is primarily on, like, multiplayer stuff. That's what really matters. God bless that laptop. I mean, yeah, that laptop, I should not have had easy access to the internet that early in life. I was like, I think I was only around like 7 to 10 during the time I had that, because it lasted a long time too. Giving children free access to the internet is a bad idea. Bad idea. Don't do it. But yeah, it did its damn best. Yeah, it's basically why I'm here now, and like why I like computers now. But yeah, like, frame rate and stuff like Scarlet and Violet, I don't care that much because it's an RPG. It's a turn-based RPG. The frame rate doesn't matter too much because I'm like, oh, there we are. Give that laptop a big boss salute. I still have it. It's just broken, and the screen has long since succumbed to being so dim that it no longer works. I keep it solely for sentimental value. Yeah, big boss salute for that, for sure. I swear, it's weird. For some reason, cheap laptops like that netbook, and like I had an older Toshiba laptop after that, like, those cheap, underpowered laptops are like, they used to be built like fucking tanks. They could take anything. Because, like, I know because of just, like, having siblings and stuff, like, eventually, because of dumb horseplay, a laptop will fall down the stairs. That Toshiba laptop fucking went down the stairs all the way from the top, and it survives. Survives to this day. Toshiba is, of all the brands out there, I will 100% simp for Toshiba. I wish they made higher powered machines solely for the fact that I've never had a bad experience with any of their computers ever. The thing that annoys me the most about Scarlet and Violet is the lack of clothes customization. Yeah, same here. I mean, I understand why they did it. They could have done it in a better way. But the clothes customization options were intentionally limited because, yeah, toolbox is broken F. But the issue is, it's the first Pokemon game that had a free camera, and they didn't want the ability to be able to use the camera to look up skirts, which you could just do it like every other game that just puts a black box beneath it specifically so that it's not it's not an issue. But I guess they just The game was rushed to hell and back, unfortunately, because the games don't make them money. The merch outside does. Um, like, there's no interior of most buildings because, specifically because, what is it, they ran out of time. People found in the files that they were working on these extra things, but they just didn't have time. And it sucks, because they should just let them work on a game for more than 2 years, but, like, unfortunately, like, adding more people to the team isn't gonna fix that. They need more time. They flat out need more time, but Pokemon games aren't the moneymaker. Like, the moneymaker is the anime, and it's the anime and all the merchandise around it. Like, they make way more money off of the toys and cards and plushies than they ever would on the games. The games are a tertiary focus. The games exist for them to make toys. It's like, you know how, like, back in, like, I think it was, like, a bigger thing in, like, the 80s, cartoons existed specifically to sell toys? Like, there was even, like, a Rubik's Cube cartoon. Like, that's basically what Pokemon is the modern equivalent of. It exists to sell toys. And it works. I mean, I'm surrounded by them. There are multiple Bulbasaur plushies on this desk that I'm at. But I do truly wish that they had more time to be able to do everything. It's like, it's just a shame. Unfortunately, I think the perception of Game Freak is never really going to change. It's just one of those things that probably won't happen, because the modern hate towards Game Freak pretty much solely stems from, the fact Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon released on the 3DS instead of the Switch. Legends Arceus is pretty decent, not gonna lie. Legends Arceus is good, but I feel like in of itself, it needs more stuff. It really does. It needed to commit to its art style a lot more than it did, in my opinion. It looks a lot more bland than I wish it did. I wish it went more into the oil painting aesthetic they kind of went for. I just wish they did a little bit more with it. And I wish there were a bit more things to do and a bit more polish overall, but it's good nonetheless. I really hope we get future ones. I feel like Legends was, like, their main focus. Like, there's a reason that, like, Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl were developed by a completely different studio. It's because they wanted to, focus all of their efforts onto Legends Arceus. It's a shame Legends Arceus never even got, like, extra content or anything. I do hope we eventually get, like, a Legends black and white game about the original dragon. Did get kind of bored of it after a while, but it was pretty solid. Yeah, same here. I feel like the most enjoyable thing about it for a while was genuinely just, like, I didn't like the battling. I feel like the battling needed to get an overhaul, but I know that was a secondary focus. I kind of wish that, what I was saying is, the most fun part about it was just catching Pokemon in the wild. Like, that was really, really fun. I loved the crafting. The crafting was fun, like, it was all really fun to me. This is bad. But probably the worst time for the exposed. Yep. I do hope they eventually put a lot of the Hisui Pokemon into other Pokemon games, because I really like the designs of a lot of those, but I just never got a chance to use them. And also the character design was just phenomenal. That's the thing about Pokemon, you can always expect that it's going to have, like, good but basic designs. Good but basic designs, and it's going to have good but basic gameplay and fantastic designs. That's what I'm trying to say, sorry. Please don't. I feel like the problem with the newer Pokemon games, I just get bored of them. Like, I can play a flawed game. I like Sonic after all, but if I'm bored, then there's no point. Yeah, I understand that. Like, same here. I love Sonic, and I know that those games are flawed beyond belief. Getting bored with them, and I completely understand. Pokemon has a weird pacing issue, and I feel like they need to get better with, like, keeping their stories engaging. Like, Sun and Moon has probably the most, like, engaging, like, story and gameplay of the series. And it's solid throughout. Sonic games are held together with super glue and duct tape, and I love it for that. No, they're held together with glitter glue and dreams. We know this. They couldn't afford duct tape. It's like Sonic also has had the major issue of just being rushed to hell. There's only been one Sonic game that wasn't rushed, and that was Sonic Extreme, and the only reason that wasn't rushed is because it eventually got canceled because the people working on it worked themselves too hard and went to the frickin' hospital because of it. And that's why there's no Sonic game on the Saturn. Well, that should count as an adept, I think. Oh well. It's a shame that some of the ports of older Sonic games are so poor, especially the adventure games. Yeah, it sucks that pretty much every port of Adventure has made it worse and worse from the Dreamcast version. Like, the best way to play Adventure is to emulate it, unfortunately, because, you know, that way it'll actually have, like, you know, the correct lighting and cutscenes and timing, and the character's eyes are going to actually, like, work. Like, you won't require mods to patch everything back in it, or if you somehow have a Dreamcast. I mean, I own a Dreamcast, but it's broken. It was... That's the unfortunate thing, is, like, you can find them, but a lot of them are broken because, like, the people who want Dreamcasts have them, and they're not selling them. The only ones that get sold are broken, and you find them at, like, yard sales. And, like, I'm probably just gonna replace the disk drive is what's broken with it, so I'm probably gonna end up putting an SD card reader in it there. That way, like, you don't have to pay the $500 per US Dreamcast game. Hold on, let me quickly just look up. I'm gonna go on eBay right now And I'm going to put in what's a Dreamcast game I want. JoJo Heritage for the Future on, or actually, yeah, Heritage for the Future. So the Japanese one, $41. That's pretty expensive. Let's see if we can find the American one. Number one, let's see if we can find the American one. JoJo's Dreamcast USA. Oh yeah, for the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure fighting game on Dreamcast, you can either pay $40 plus shipping, or you can pay $200 plus shipping. You can just mod the Steam ports, but won't do that since they don't know how, which is fair. Yeah, and it's also just like it's a lot more of a hassle. Like, I don't know. It's just more of a hassle. Like, Dreamcast games are expensive as hell. Current retro, it sounds like current retro game market to me. Well, yeah, that's mainly how it is. It's even worse with Sega games because basically, other than the Genesis, like the Saturn and Dreamcast, like every system other than the Genesis is more popular elsewhere than it is in the US. So all of the games did not sell well in the USA, so it's cheaper to get the Japanese ones, but those systems are region locked. With that listing from the bastards that called DK Oldies? I don't know. It was just some random eBay listing. I can check real quick. No, it was not from DK Oldies. Let's see. I can check the next listing. No, it doesn't look like it. And it sucks because, unfortunately, oh, my favorite part about that game, the best version of it is Lost Media, because it was, there was an HD port of it on the Xbox 360. They had an Xbox 360 port of it, that was in HD, new models, new art, like new sprites that were specifically made to look so much better. And then Capcom lost the licensing rights for JoJo to, I believe, Bandai, and it's been delisted and you can no longer get it because it was digital only. Hate that. And that's another reason why you can't let everything go digital. It's like something I found out since I have Wii U. I own Xenoblade Chronicles X, and apparently that game is essentially unplayable without, like, extra patches that were on the eShop. So I basically own a disc that, like, I can play the game, but it's not going to run well, it's not going to look as good, all because the eShop is gone. Yay! Love digital. Love digital. Digital is great. I love when content is not on the disc. Why it's 100% morally correct to rip shit. Yeah. Like, if you can't find something, what are you gonna do? I found out one of my favorite 3DS games, Pushmo, it had a eShop game on the Wii U. I had no idea, and it's no longer available, and I'm very upset about that, because I like the Wii U, and I like Pushmo. I just, it was one of those games that Nintendo didn't market, of course, because they were shit at marketing back in 2013. So I'm just like, oh, I have no capability of playing that game ever because I just didn't have it. I didn't have a PS4 back when PT released, so I'll never be able to play that. Like, it sucks. It all sucks. And that's why, like, I'm probably going to end up picking up a modded Wii U at some point because, unfortunately, my main Wii U doesn't, for some reason it won't mod itself, and the secondary one I got specifically for modding has a broken SD card slot, so that's fun. Can't mod that either. Pirates are the friends of the people. Yeah, the thing is, like, that is the thing. It's like, you don't want to ever advocate for piracy specifically, but, like, how am I supposed to ever play these games again? Like, if it's gone, then it's gone. Like, I think about, like, Scott Pilgrim. Like, that game was delisted for, like, what, 15 years? And you just couldn't play it without piracy. It's like, and there were also, like, different, once digital storefront closes, it's fair game. Yeah. Like, it's just so dumb. Like, there's a bunch of games that they, like, that just go delisted, that, like, never announce the fact that they're going to go away. It's like Mortal Kombat 9 you can no longer get on Steam other than through Steam keys. And, like, it just sucks. It's like, all of these games are now just gone forever. Oh, hello. Sorry, I was about to just say, like, I'm getting close to ending the stream just because I've been, streaming for a few hours now. So, thanks everyone for tuning in. I apologize for the person who just showed up now. So, thank you for tuning in, and thank you for chatting, and for checking out this new content with me. And I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and take care now.